These guitarists achieved the unthinkable. They created riffs so powerful that they didn't just define their songs, they perfectly captured the raw essence of true rock. In this video, we're counting down the 10 most iconic guitar riffs that changed rock history forever. Will your favorite make the list? Let's begin. Number 10. Day Tripper by the Beatles. Released on December 3rd, 1965, as a double A-side with We Can Work It Out, Day Tripper was born out of deadline pressure. The band needed a strong Christmas single while still recording Rubber Soul. The iconic riff was devised by John Lennon, inspired by the soul stylings of Bobby Parker, while Paul McCartney helped refine the lyrics. Produced by George Martin, the result was a punchy rock-pop track built around a descending semitone lick. Simple, bold, and instantly unforgettable. It topped the charts in the UK, Ireland, Norway, and the Netherlands, and reached the top 5 in the United States. The title carried a playful edge, referencing day trippers who dabbled in brief escapes, whether quick romances, weekend trips to Blackpool, or subtle flirtations with mind-expanding experiences. A sly nod to the emerging psychedelic mood of the mid-60s, the single sold over 1 million copies and helped pave the way for the modern music video through the band's promotional films. Lennon loved to boast that the riff was entirely his, and McCartney later agreed. Credit where credit was due. Number 9. I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. Keith Richards wrote the most famous riff of his career half asleep in a hotel room. He recorded the idea on a cassette, mumbled "I can't get no," and promptly fell back asleep. Mick Jagger later finished the lyrics, turning the song into a sharp critique of consumerism and sexual repression in mid-60s society. Released in June 1965 and later included on Out of Our Heads, the track blended rock and blues rock, driven by the snarling fuzz tone distortion on Richards' guitar. Produced by Andrew Loog Oldham, the single stormed the charts, reaching number 1 in the US, the UK, and 8 other countries. Satisfaction became a generational anthem and is widely regarded as the first fuzz guitar riff to dominate mainstream radio. Rolling Stone consistently ranks it near the very top of its 500 greatest songs of all time, and its instantly recognizable intro has been reinterpreted by artists ranging from Otis Redding to Britney Spears. Richards later joked that he was more afraid of screaming teenage fans than of the police, while the word satisfaction itself was embraced by countercultural movements as a symbol of defiance and unrest. Now tell us, how old were you when you first discovered these songs? Let us know in the comments. We're reading you. Number 8. Boys Don't Cry by The Cure. Released as a single on June 12, 1979, this song marked a defining moment in the early steps of The Cure. Built around a brisk melodic riff in a major, supported by a simple yet highly effective rhythm section, it became one of the hidden gems of post-punk and jangle pop. The track was written by Robert Smith, Michael Dempsey, and Lowell Tolhurst, and produced by Chris Perry. Although it wasn't a major chart hit upon its original release, time would elevate it to classic status, an essential building block of the sound that would soon define the band. In 1986, The Cure reissued the song under the title New Voice, New Mix, preserving the iconic riff that had captured the youthful spirit of their early years. The accompanying video featured childlike puppets performing the song, reinforcing its bittersweet mix of innocence and melancholy. Decades later, Boys Don't Cry still appears on lists of the most memorable guitar riffs and remains part of the emotional soundtrack of an entire generation. Proof that simplicity, when done right, can be timeless. Number 7. Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. Eric Clapton and Duane Allman famously challenged each other to a guitar duel at Criteria Studios in Miami. And out of that creative tension came the rising, urgent riff of Layla. Released in November 1970 on the album Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, the track, produced by Tom Dowd, fused blues rock with hard rock intensity. Clapton wrote it as a raw confession of forbidden love for Pattie Boyd, who was then married to his close friend, George Harrison. The single didn't make an immediate impact, only cracking the US top 10 after a 1972 reissue. But its legend grew with time. Allman's searing slide guitar and Jim Gordon's elegiac piano coda turned the song into a 7-minute mini-suite of obsession and release. In 1992, Layla earned a Grammy for Best Rock Performance thanks to its stripped-down acoustic reinvention on Unplugged, while the original regularly appears near the top of Guitar World's lists of the greatest riffs ever recorded. Legend has it that Clapton recorded the main guitar part on his knees, pushing himself to the brink, as if trying to break the strings and exorcise the obsession driving the song. Number 6. Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Written in a rush as a last-minute filler, Paranoid was recorded in June 1970 and ended up giving its name not only to the album, but to the heavy metal aesthetic that Black Sabbath would soon define. Tony Iommi unleashed a sharp, no-frills riff that distilled the anxiety of the Vietnam era and the lingering paranoia of the post-psychedelic generation. The single climbed to number 4 in the UK and hit number 1 in Germany. Over time, Paranoid secured its legacy, reaching number 250 on Rolling Stone's list of the greatest songs and number 4 on VH1's Greatest Hard Rock Songs. Its success even pushed the label to rename the album, originally intended to be called War Pigs, out of fear of political controversy. Iommi later recalled recording the solo while seated, having lost the tips of 2 fingers and relying on homemade plastic prosthetics. That physical limitation helped forge the thick, ominous tone that would define the sound of early metal. Number 5. Walk This Way by Aerosmith. The riff was born during a sound check in Honolulu in December 1974. Joe Perry improvised a funky, syncopated phrase, and Steven Tyler wrote the lyrics, twice. He lost the original draft in a taxi and ended up rewriting them on the wall of a hallway. Produced by Jack Douglas and included on Toys in the Attic, the single blended hard rock with an unmistakable urban groove. After a 1976 re-release, it climbed to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song found new life in 1986 thanks to its groundbreaking collaboration with Run DMC, a moment that helped ignite rap rock and pulled Aerosmith back from commercial decline. Walk This Way was later inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame and appears on virtually every list of the greatest guitar riffs ever recorded. Tyler has revealed that the title came from a running gag in the film Young Frankenstein, a reminder of how cinema and humor quietly seeped into the DNA of 1970s rock. Number 4. Beat It by Michael Jackson. Quincy Jones challenged Michael Jackson to include a rock track on Thriller. Jackson delivered Beat It, built around a tight staccato guitar riff doubled by Steve Lukather. But the truly legendary moment came when Eddie Van Halen agreed to record the solo for free. Released on February 21, 1983, after being recorded in October '82, the track fused hard rock, dance rock, and funk rock, and went on to win Grammys for Record of the Year and Best Male Rock Vocal Performance. The single sold over 11 million copies worldwide, and its video, featuring rival street gangs reconciled through dance, became a defining moment in MTV history. Van Halen later recalled that the sheer volume of his amplifier triggered the studio's fire alarms during the take, a detail that famously remained part of the session. The riff itself was deliberately kept simple, so anyone, school kids included, could hum it, perfectly fulfilling Jackson's vision of a crossover pop rock anthem that spoke to everyone. Number 3. Back in Black by AC/DC. After the death of Bon Scott in February 1980, Angus Young and Malcolm Young, alongside new vocalist Brian Johnson, crafted a 3-chord riff that sounded like funeral bells, yet carried a fierce celebration of life. Recorded in the Bahamas and produced by Mutt Lange, the track gave its name to the album Back in Black, released in July 1980, with the single following in December. A pure hard rock anthem, it peaked at number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100 and went on to achieve massive multi-platinum status worldwide. The riff's raw simplicity makes it instantly playable, even for beginner guitarists, a quality Angus Young has often linked to his deep admiration for Chuck Berry. Over the decades, Back in Black has powered blockbuster films like Iron Man and Spider-Man, Far From Home, as well as countless global sporting events, proving its unmatched instant adrenaline effect. In 2019, Metal Hammer aptly dubbed it the 3-chord monster that unites parents, kids, and even grandparents. Number 2. Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. Ritchie Blackmore turned the blues scale into one of the most recognizable descending riffs in rock history. Included on Machine Head, but released as a single in 1973, the song tells the true story of a fire that broke out at the Montreux Casino during a concert by Frank Zappa. Recorded using the Rolling Stones mobile studio, its raw Stratocaster through Marshall sound quickly became a rite of passage for beginner guitarists everywhere. Smoke on the Water climbed to number 4 on the US charts, was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2017, and its riff consistently ranks in the top 5 of greatest guitar riffs ever, total guitar included. In 1989, more than 160 musicians led by Brian May performed it at the charity event Rock Aid Armenia, setting a Guinness record for the largest group of guitarists playing in unison. And if you're like us, if you believe true works of art like Smoke on the Water just aren't being made anymore, subscribe to the channel and let's keep the spirit of rock alive. Number 1. Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin. Recorded in April 1969 and released as a single on November 7th, Whole Lotta Love opens Led Zeppelin 2 with a riff Jimmy Page came up with aboard his houseboat on the River Thames. Fusing hard rock, blues rock, and the raw edge of proto-metal, the song later credited Willie Dixon following a legal settlement over lyrics inspired by You Need Love. It became the band's first top 5 hit in the United States and went gold in record time. The track is equally famous for its trippy, psychedelic middle section and for being voted the greatest guitar riff of all time by BBC Radio 2 in 2014. On stage, Page would stretch the solo into uncharted territory, often playing the guitar with a violin bow. And here's the twist. The iconic riff you hear on the record is essentially a demo take. Page chose to keep that original track because, imperfections and all, it captured exactly the kind of raw ferocity he was after, proving that sometimes the first take really is the magic one. Each of these riffs became a true pillar in the history of rock. Did we miss one? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to keep diving deeper into the world of rock, I invite you to check out our next video, where we count down the 10 greatest rock ballads of the 1980s, songs that are truly unforgettable. Click on the next video, and I'll see you there, my fellow rock fan.